This episode is brought to you by Buy My Stuff on eBay. Yes, you too can buy my stuff from eBay. Simply search for the seller, Tin Dog Podcast, and you can own some rare and collectible items. From the same people who brought you Buy My Books on Amazon. Check the show notes for a direct link.
Scanning for audio.
Welcome to yet another Tin Dog Podcast quiz, classic Doctor Who. This one is The Adventures of the Fifth Doctor. You all seem to be enjoying these far too much, so I'll keep going for as long as I can. Obviously I'm still going to be doing the other reviews, but you can find those, well, here. Right, shall we begin? Yes, get on with it, let's do this. Question 1. In this round there are again 20 questions. Question 1. The deformed villain and part-time owner of Morgus Question 1. Who was Sarish Jek? Who was Sarish Jek? And the answer is the deformed villain and one-time partner of Morgus, who dwelt in the lower reaches of the caves of Androzani. He is particularly adept at construction of androids. Of course he was. Question 2. Name the Lord of the Manor at Little Hodcombe, and who was his right-hand man? You've forgotten, haven't you? The answer is Sir George Hutchinson, who became possessed by the malice. His right-hand man was Joseph Willow. Question 3. How did the Doctor escape Gallifrey without Omega's knowledge during the Solar Engineer's second attempt to enter the universe of matter? And weirdly the answer is Thalia introduced a pulse loop into the Matrix, the master control, which distracted Omega long enough to allow the Doctor to leave Gallifrey undetected. Or someone pressed a button. I'll take that answer as well. Question 4. Name the sole prisoner of the prison space station visited by the Doctor, Tegan and Turlough. What was to happen to the prisoner in the event of the station being boarded by enemy forces? Question 4's answer is Davros. In the event of the station being boarded, he was to be killed. However, such was the decrepit nature of the systems on board the station that when the Daleks attacked, the mechanism failed to kill Davros. And of course, we ended up with 1,000 more Davros stories. Question 5. To escape the final destruction of Earth, mankind emigrated en masse. Many settled on the planet Refusis and were encountered by the first Doctor. On which planet did the fifth Doctor meet a similar group of colonists? And the answer is Frontios. In the Varuna system, I had no idea it was in a system which is Frontios. Name the aliens. This is question 6. Name all the aliens to be found in the Death Zoo on Gallifrey at the time of Barusa's resumption of the games. Okay, here's your list. A Dalek, Cyberman, a Yeti, a Raston warrior robot, the Brigadier Serid. These are not monsters. Well, arguably. Okay. Hang on. Name all of the aliens. Okay, they're not strictly speaking Gallifreyan, so let's go through the list that says Dalek, Cybermen, Yeti, Raston, Warrior Robot, Brigadier, Sarah Jane Smith, Tegan, Turlo, Doctors, plural, Susan, Master were of course their home planet, Zoe, Jamie, Liz Shaw, Mike Yates were apparently apparitions, and on the process. So, Mike Yates, is he a monster? Don't know. Let's move on. Number 7. What do an agrarian commissioner on Vardon, a tax inspector on De Veg, and a solicitor on the Chancery Lane have in common? They are all Trion agents. Next question. Who brought the TARDIS to Sarn? And it was the chameleon under the control of the Master. Question 9. Who sang in praise of total war? Again, that was the chameleon King John in the 13th century Earth. Question 10. What is the more common name of planet G139901KB in the Scampus system? You had no idea, have you? It's Menusa. Question 11. Which planet once circled the star Inokishi, Inokshi? Which is number 11. Urbanka, when the population caused the Monarch's technology, destroyed the planet's protective ozone layer, and the planet's surface was scorched by a layer of ultraviolet light. What was Sentinel-6? It's on the tip of your head, isn't it? Go on, have a guess. Yep, you're right. It's one of a series of security satellites orbiting Earth. Question 13. What was the magma beast? The magma beast was, and this is the answer, a deadly carnivorous beast lurking in the caves of Androzani Minor. Onwards to question 14. List all of the chameleon's assumed forms before his destruction at the hands of the Doctor. Now, obviously, this doesn't include any of the ones from Big Finish. Forms include, in fact, here we are, the Doctor, Tegan, King John in the King's Demons, the Master in the King's Demons and Planet of Fire, and Professor Howarth Foster, Perry's stepfather in Planet of Fire. 14. Number 15. What was the Malice? And you know what? Even if you watch the episode, you might not actually be able to figure out what the Malice was. Here's the description as written down. A living creature re-engineered as an instrument of war and sent to Earth to pave way for an invasion, presumably by the people of Hakol, Hakol. It depended upon a massive influx of psychic energy for it to become fully activated. For some reason, the planned invasion did not take place, and the Malice lay dormant in the crypt for Little Hodcombe Church until it was partially reactivated in 1643 and 1984. That's gobbledygook. But yeah, okay, let's move on. Question 16. What was the first recorded appearance of the Malice? Well, you've just had that as an answer. During the Battle of the Cavaliers and the Roundheads and Little Hodcombe Church in 1643, this was the first recorded appearance, but it had evidently been laying dormant there for some time. Question 17. How did the Doctor defeat the Gravis on Frontios? To which planet did the Time Lord exile him? Okay, so the answer is the effort required to bring the TARDIS back together again on Frontios drained all of his energies. The Doctor then took him to... Oh, great. Let's spell it. It looks like Cockle Chronon, which would then be the only rocks and boulders on which to exercise his magnetic personality. Oh dear. Shall we go to movement 18? Yes, I think so. Name the commander of the Federation forces on Androzani Minor. General Chellack. Number 19. How did Professor Hayter of Darlington University die? Darlington University? Well, yeah, let's move on. As a northerner, I'm thinking that might be a different Darlington. Lots of planets have a Darlington. Greedy for knowledge, he sacrificed himself to the Zerafin and was absorbed into its life force. A manifestation of Hayter later appeared on the TARDIS and piloted the time machine to the inner sanctum of Khalid's citadel to save the Doctor. There is an absolute reason why we can't remember this. It's time flight, isn't it? Question 20. Let's finish this quiz on a high. Possibly not. The Master, making use of Adric's mathematical abilities, created Castrovalva. Who destroyed it? Castrovalva was destroyed by Shardavan, who interfered with the Master's web, which held Castrovalva's existence in balance. That was the 5th Doctor's quiz. There will be more. Until next time, be seeing you.
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. All topics discussed are the intellectual property of the copyright owners. No infringement is intended. Why not follow the show on Blue Sky at tindogpodcast.bsky.social. If you've enjoyed this podcast on YouTube, please click like and subscribe. To contact the show, email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.